Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. I got him, you got him, we got him. Comic issues, yeah!
Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Issues episode 33. We're not going to have a wheel today because we only had one comment with the box. So, by the way, here's the boxes for this week. Pick a letter, pick a number that's not in the parentheses, and put it down in the comments down below. We'll put it on the wheel, do a spin, and read your comic. I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my sister, to my wife, even though we don't have any kids. We do have pets. And to all the other moms out there. I hope you have a good day and get some good stuff. Anyways, let's see what the comic is. This is G1 is the box. So here it is. We got it in there already. So what do we got? We have the Nail. Nice, cool art. Oh, Rob Zombie, Steve Niles, Nat Jones, The Nail. Very nice. This is number 1, so that's excellent. Let's get into it, guys. The Nail, number 1. Hey, everybody, read the comic. Let's get into it. So it was written by Rob Zombie with the help of Steve Niles. Steve Niles has done about 630 some odd comics, including 30 Days of Night, Batman Gotham After Midnight, and October Faction. October Faction has been picked up by, I think, Netflix or somebody. They're going to start a show or some kind of movie. October Faction is pretty good. If you haven't read that, it's pretty good. The art was done by Nat Jones. I really like the art in this. It's pretty good. It's a very horror movie kind of deal. And he's done Death Dealer, 68, and Spawn Dark Ages. He's primarily Image Comics artist, and he's probably done, I think he's done like 130 issues, so pretty good. So our story starts in 1976, and we're here and we see Lover's Lane, right? So we got the one car here, the guy's, saying, oh, he's got some blue balls and he needs this chick to help him out. We got Kansas blaring on the radio, Carry On My Wayward Son. Everything's just going awesome for these guys. The windows are fogged up. They're getting ready to do some stuff. And she's like, no, we're not going to do anything because I promised myself I'd remain pure until I either move in with somebody or I get married. He's like, man, come on, you got to do something. So she's like, all right, let's get high, and I'll give you a little something. So she goes down in his lap to do you know what, and he's just puffing away on that what does he call it? Moon cabbage. Yeah. So while that's happening, outside of the car, you see these biker shadows, and they're just laughing at each other with some chains. So they got a chain between themselves. So you know what's coming, right? Yeah, you do. They pull the chain across and rip the top of the car off, ripping the guy's head off, and it goes flying. And that's this is my panel pick here. This is so cool. I mean, look at this head just like flying up like that. Just a really cool picture there. And she's still down in his lap, and they pick up the head with a spike, and they're like, and they're treating him as like a dummy or something like that. So they come over, and here you can see the head on the spike, and she's yelling to help me, and they're saying they don't like the master doesn't like crybabies, so you got to be quiet. And then here we see the master. And this is the only time that we ever see the master in this comic. So get an eyeful of him, guys. He looks pretty crazy. Got full moon behind him there. So we go to, we're now at Cooperstown, North Dakota. And there's a Lions Club, and they have wrestling tonight. $5, featuring the Nail. And we see the two guys here, the Nail, and I think that guy's name is Jack, and they're fighting, right? Jack's got him in like a rear naked chicken wing or something like that, and this guy kind of looks like the scumbag guy right there. And he's tired of it. He's like, we've given him enough show. They got their $5 worth, so he gives him a headbutt to the back, to the face, and then throws him on the mat. Goes from the top turnbuckle, gives him a elbow, and gets ready to do his finishing move. He picks up some nails, puts them in his in between his fingers, like Wolverine, and jumps off the top. Boom! Right into his chest. It's all fake though. He lets the nails kind of slide out so they really don't penetrate too much. And the crowd goes wild. They're loving it. And his manager's backstage with his wife and his daughter. He's like, it's showtime. We got to do the best part of the show. So he goes out to the ring with a board. And he's like a human jackhammer. This man will drive these nails through this board with his bare hands. And here you see how he's holding those nails. So he nails them in, and the crowd goes crazy. They start throwing handfuls of nails at him like the old Bugs Bunny where he's doing the bull, and they throw the roses to him. That's what's going on here. And all they're thinking about is how stupid this is, but people love it. So this is behind the scenes, Beyond the Mat. I don't know if you guys remember that old movie that came out about wrestling with mankind, Beyond the Mat. It's pretty cool. And we're backstage, and we got the Doc here. He's fixing everybody up, and we see that these guys are friends. They're just performing a show, and he actually got hit by the nails. So, that's why they call him the Nail, I guess. So back on the road, they got another stop to make, right? They're done with, they part ways, and they're done with the match. So the Nail and his family get into the RV and his manager, and they head up to the woods where they're going to be staying. Devil's Hills is where they're going to be staying. Devil's Hills, North Dakota. So they have to stop at a truck stop. He said, "We got 5 minutes," and he said he's told Duncan that he'll be at the cabin before dark. So they're like, "Yeah, really? Well, we wanted to stay here all night." And they go in and they start getting what they need. He's filling the tank. I think it'd take longer than 5 minutes to fill that tank up. That's an RV, man. Probably like 50 gallons or something like that. Anyways, what's with that? I've seen a Kroger, K. Rogers. They limit you to 25 gallons per transaction. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, his girl, finds this True Tales of Devil Hills, and it's a history of where they're going. So they buy it, and she's on her way back out to the RV, and here show up these punks again, right? The guys that just cut off that dude's head with the chain, and they're laughing. But the Nail stands up to him. He's like, "You guys get in the RV. I'm gonna see what these blokes want." So they come up, and he's like, "Bring it on, guys. I'm standing right here. Do what you want. It's gonna be bad for you." So here we see a really pretty cool, awesome shot here of his hand, and them saying, "We don't want a part of that. We're out of here." So they leave, and we're back on the bus here, and she's reading stuff about the Devil Hills, and it's saying that this place was a sanctuary for the Salem witch trials. The witches that instead of getting burned, they would come up here and try to get away from the main guy named the Inquisitor. And so that way he couldn't persecute them, but he followed them, and all the way from Massachusetts, and tried to kill him. But in the end, They buried him alive and used a special spell to hold him and his followers. So this is quintessential Rob Zombie, right? He's always writing about Salem witch trials or some group of, hooligans killing people. Anyway, it just says the Inquisitor killed 69 witches at the stake. When he followed the settlers to North Dakota, he intended to kill more. And he ended up getting killed himself. So we fast forward a little bit, and now we're at the campground. And they get out, and the manager's like, you said there was a luxury cabin here. And then I was like, well, what cabin? I misunderstood the pamphlet. And the wife is looking for Boogie Boogie, and that's their dog, and she's yelling for him. While they're getting ready to set up the tent, the Nail and his daughter, a hand gets the daughter on the shoulder, and she freaks out, and they whip around and thinking it's Sasquatch, and it's not Sasquatch, it's actually Duncan, because Sasquatch would have been much smaller than Duncan. So that tells you how big this dude is. And he's saying, hey Duncan, you remember my wife, or my daughter, and you remember my manager and my wife. And he goes to say my wife, and she's gone. Where's she at, guys? That's right, she's looking for the dog. Remember, she's looking for the dog. And he's like, man, that daggone dog, the animal's the biggest pain in the rump. So they go looking for Cat. That's her name, really. Isn't that funny? Cat's looking for a dog. And they find her. Like, they see this figure coming out of the shadows there. And she's saying, Boogie. And here you see Boogie's dead. And that's all you see is her covered in blood, topless there. And you don't know what's happened yet. So you have to see, that's where the story ends. You have to get comic issue The Nail 2 to figure out what's going on here. I think there's 5 issues in this. I think it was done by Dark Horse Comics. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna give this a black dog. Black dog. I think it's fitting. This guy kind of reminds me of somebody who'd be a truck driver. Black Dog, of course, starring Patrick Swayze, Meatloaf, and Randy Travis. Forever and ever, amen. Alright, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Put a number down there while you're at it. So we'll see you next time. Be good to yourselves.